Now, here's this week's Independent Artist of the Week on DC Coast to Coast.
DC Coast to Coast, USA FM.
Hi, this is Allie Jorgen from LeReverie, and I'm proud to be this week's Independent Artist of the Week on DC Coast to Coast and the USA FM, rocking the airwaves.
Well, there you have it. My in-program guest. I was going to say in-studio guest, but she's not in studio, but she's on the show. This is Allie Jorgen, and she is from LeReverie, and the Independent Artist of the Week this week, and that is their first cut on their award-winning CD, Dark Symphony. That was Renaissance. Allie, how are you, honey?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, DC?
I'm doing good, sweetie. Thank you so much for taking the time to come on the show, sweetie, and spend some time with me and to the viewers out there.
Thanks so much for having me.
You bet. Give me a little background about where you and the band are from and how you all got together.
Well, the story of LeReverie is interesting in that it kind of just fell into place. The drummer and I went to a club. We were kind of just looking for musicians, and we went to a show where a keyboard player was playing with his band, and they were doing cover songs. And then he went and did one of his original songs, and it was really kind of gothic and mysterious, and the chords were really different. And I'm thinking, wow, I think my vocals and my lyrics would fit his style of playing really, really well. So after the show, we sat with him and we talked for a while, and we said, we're going to start a gothic rock band. Would you be interested? And he said, the funny thing is, I was just thinking about the same thing. And so we got together, and it just kind of all clicked, and they both knew the same guitar player, and LeReverie was born.
There you go. So you just kind of had a natural vibe with each other, and things just kind of gelled, huh?
Yeah, it just kind of happened. We were kind of all thinking the same lines, and then it just kind of unfolded. So it was
That's
awesome.
great. That's great. Now, how did you come up with the name LeReverie?
Well, we were trying to think of a name. We're thinking we want to have some type of a message, in our name. And everybody's following a dream. Everybody out there has a dream, and we are so strongly philosophically believing that everybody should follow their dream no matter what. And we're thinking, gosh, LeReverie is French for the dream. That would be so awesome. Then we could send it out there that we really encourage everyone to follow their dream as we are trying to do, and we're kind of all in this together. And I think that just kind of, LeReverie was perfect.
That's fabulous. That's a great story. Nice. Now, what kind of music influenced you growing up?
Wow, I have so many influences. There's so many amazing female singers out there.
I bet I can name one. Heart.
Okay, yeah, she's also definitely an amazing singer. Yes, there's so many. There's Heart. There's like the European bands. I was influenced a lot by European female singers overseas. With Them Temptation, Sharon is amazing, and Nightwish's new singer Floor is amazing, and then there's old school. You know, there's some of the blues singers and the classic rock singers, and there's so many singers, and I just kind of put it all in a pot and stirred it up, and Allie Jorgen came out.
There we go. All right. Well, let's see if the viewers can figure out some of those influences with these. We're going to spin 3 in a row right now from this award-winning CD Dark Symphony, and we're going to talk about that when we come back. But tell me a little bit about these 3 songs, Dark Symphony, Twisted, and Ghost of You.
Dark Symphony is the title cut to the CD, and actually what it was about, I reached a point where it was kind of like, okay, I have to make a decision. I'm going to either dive in, surrender to music, give up everything, and follow it, or I'm not. And the Dark Symphony is kind of like, okay, I'm just going to let go, and sort of the dark side, which is the music, I'm just going to let it go and let it inspire me and take over. And that's kind of what it's about. And the Dark Symphony is following your hopes and your dreams and your heart. And at the end of the tunnel, there's the light. And that's what the Dark Symphony is about. And then Twisted is one of those relationship songs that went kind of twisted. And then Ghost of You is our ballad. And the interesting story with that is we did a 3-song EP before this CD, and we worked with Ron Nevison, and he is an amazing producer. He's worked with Led Zeppelin. And
okay, that's where I heard the name. Yeah, very good.
Yeah, he worked with everybody, and we were in the studio recording our song that won award for Breakout Single of the Year, Hold Me Down, and we had one other song, and he goes, you need 3 songs, and I'm like, we don't have a 3rd song. So the piano player and I got together, and we just came up with this ballad kind of on the spot, A Ghost of You. And the story has affected people different ways. It has 2 different meanings. But Ghost of You is about somebody who's leaving a relationship, but they're still with that person, but they're already mentally gone. So you're living kind of with their ghost.
Wow.
And I've been told that it also has hit people about a real person that has passed on. So it's affected people in a lot of different ways. So that's kind of awesome.
That's fabulous. Good stuff. Okay, we're going to hear it here on DC Coast to Coast. Here's 3 in a row. And my guest here today, the Independent Artist of the Week, this is Allie Jorgen, and she is from the fabulous group here, LeReverie. And here's 3 in a row for you right now on DC Coast to Coast on the USA FM.
Can't find my way home. to DC Coast to Coast with DC Hathaway, where independent artists like us count. I'm Allie Jorgen from LeReverie, and here's a song off our Dark Symphony CD on DC Coast to Coast and the USA FM, rocking the airwaves.
Nothing is the way that it seems to be. You told me that you thought you had to leave, but you've already gone away from me. When you were lost, I helped you through the rain. In the dark, helped you through the pain. In my dreams, I see your face. Visions of another time and place. You're a fading memory, haunted by who you used to be. Lost in your distant memory, 'cause that's all you've left here for me. I still see your shadow on the wall. I
Well, there it is, 3 in a row from LeReverie here on DC Coast to Coast, and Allie Jorgen is here, lead vocalist from this award-winning group and their award-winning CD Dark Symphony. We are playing the entire CD here on DC Coast to Coast today, and Allie is here. And Allie, thanks again for taking some time out of your morning to be here and chat with me, honey. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Now, you guys have been blessed with some cool stuff. Now, tell me about what it took to get this award-winning CD. It won Best Rock CD for 2013 by the LA Music Critic Awards and the Examiner. What was that like?
Wow, that was just such an honor. Yeah, the Music Critic Awards and the Examiner chose it as the Best Rock CD for 2013, and that was like amazing. The thing that when we went in to record this, we decided, we had worked with Ron Nevison, like I had mentioned earlier, with the 3-song EP, and then when we went to record this one, we were going to work with Ron again, and the guitar player, who is the co-songwriter of the songs, you can hear all the heavy, amazing guitars in the record. He goes, let me try something. So we were in the studio, and he was engineering and doing some interesting things. We're like, you know what? Maybe we're going to have you produce the CD. So with a big producer, we self-produced with Jeff, and we were really excited about the result. And then to have somebody recognize it as being self-produced and then choosing it for an award, that was just such an honor. That's
fabulous. Yes. Yes, it is. You guys are involved with an organization that's very dear to me for reasons that I'll tell you about. How did you come about getting involved with the Rockers Against Cancer, and why?
That's also very dear to my heart. There's a song on the CD. It's called Hall of Mirrors, and I will try to tell the story without breaking up too much, but it's about my mother. And cancer is such an awful, devastating disease, and it affects everybody. Everybody has a friend or a family member that has been touched by this. And so it had gotten into my mother's lungs and raised into her brain and everything. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I totally relate, because I lost my mom to cancer in 2013, and she didn't even know she had it. And she was diagnosed with it in April, and she was gone in July.
Well, that's very sad.
And hers was uterine cancer. So
wow.
I was going there to help her recuperate, because I'm originally from New Hampshire. I was going there to help her recuperate from surgery, and it's when they did surgery on her that they found the cancer, and wow. She was gone 3 months later. So you just never know. So it's dear to my heart, honey.
That's amazing. Well, the song was written in that the last few days she was laying on the bed, and she was just kind of wasting away. And I remember towards the very end, she was looking up, and there was such fear in her eyes. And I reached out and I grabbed her hand and I said, "Don't be afraid." And the song, the chorus of the song says, "Don't be afraid, I will be with you." And so that was my message to her. And she passed that night. The very next night, I had a dream or a vision or whatever you want to call it. She was standing over my bed looking at me saying, "Don't be afraid, I will be with you." And the song was written, and it was just like an amazing song. And the guy who runs the Rockers Against Cancer lost his brother, and he heard our story, and he was like, wow, that's pretty amazing, you know, and he put us on the show, and it was an amazing benefit. They raised a lot of money for cancer, and there was a lot of stars on there that night, and we were very honored to be part of that show.
That's great. That's great. Well, when I hear Hall of Mirrors now, I'm going to think about how you and I have a common bond, because I will think of my mother too every time I hear that song. So I appreciate it, and we're gonna spend that here in just a few minutes. So now I really want to know how this whole Lake Erie opportunity came about. Tell me all about that.
Oh my gosh, talk about just amazing things happening out of nowhere. We were doing a show in LA at the Viper Room, and we had our photographer. She was out there to shoot some live shots for us. And after the show, she came up to us, and she had our CD, and she goes, I've heard your CD, and I'm working on this film with these people, and they got to hear this music. Your songs are perfect for this movie. So I'm going to give them your CD. So we're like, that's great. You know, a song in a movie, that's exciting. And then we didn't hear anything, and we totally forgot about it. So then sometime later, I kind of just passed it off to Rock, who's behind the scenes here doing all the technical stuff, by the way. He kind of manages the band. And so sometime later, he gets a call out of nowhere. I think, was it 6 months later, or
at least
6 months later.
Wow.
And he gets and from the director, and he goes, I've heard your music, and I've heard this song, and I got to have the song for the film. And the song lyrics start out, ghostly figures in the night. And that's what the movie's about. And the lyrics of the song were written for the movie, like you knew what the movie was about. I got to have this song. So we're like, that's so exciting, of course, you know. So we worked everything out, and it's it's been an amazing, they're great people. They've just finished their Kickstarter, and the film's going to be done, and they're going to have a great premiere here in LA. And we're super excited and honored to be part of the film.
Yeah, I would be too. And in case you're just joining us, everybody, this is Allie Jorgen from LeReverie, one of our new groups here on DC Coast to Coast in the past few weeks. And you guys have been loving the video, Hold Me Down, which we are going to spin later for you. And Allie is here spending time with us, and she's talking about the upcoming motion picture, which is titled Lake Erie. And it's the catch to the title is the spelling, okay, because it's different from the way it's really spelled. So Erie as in Erie, you know. So. Yeah, and it stars one of my favorite actors, Lance Henriksen. If you don't know who I'm talking about, just Google his name and you'll recognize the face. He's been in Aliens, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, The Terminator, Alien 3, so many great movies. See, I've done my homework and I've seen the movie, so I know all about Lance. So what an honor. Going to be on the soundtrack of the motion picture. That's so fabulous. And congratulations. So I'm sorry, go ahead, honey.
I was going to say, we have a little bit of an interesting story about Lance. He's so amazing. We did a cast and crew wrap party here at the LA House of Blues. And it was a huge event. They had a red carpet set out in front of the House of Blues, and we got to play live. We did The Dream, which is the song from the film, and everybody's on the red carpet, the actresses, the director, the cameraman, the people who put the ghouls in the movie. Everyone's, where's Lance? And nobody could find Lance anywhere. So I was going from the red carpet to the stage, making sure the equipment was set up and making sure everything was working. And I was going up the back elevator where you take up the equipment. Who's standing in that elevator? But it's Lance Henriksen. And he's sneaking into the back elevator. And I go, you know what? Everybody's looking for you, and you're here in the back elevator. He's like, I don't want to go out there. I don't want to be on the red carpet. And then all of a sudden, I'm on stage, and he's out on the red carpet with all the cameras and everything going on. And so he was trying to sneak in, but he was going to sneak in.
That's funny. That's funny. Okay, let's hear three more. This is a trio of songs from the award-winning CD Dark Symphony. It's LeReverie with the song LeReverie, Hall of Mirrors, and Dark Secrets. You're listening and watching to DC Coast to Coast right here on the USA FM.
Through the darkest night, I'm calling out your name. I struggle with my fears. I hear your voice say, don't be afraid, I will be with you. Hold on through the pain, you will make it through. God in a hall of mist, reflection of my soul, spiral down into the darkness, out of control. I hear you. Don't be afraid, I will be with you. Hold on through the pain, you will make it through. Sunlight turns to rain, I will be with you. Hold on through the pain, you will make it through. To magnify my fears inside a hall of mirrors, down into all the darkness, it's your voice I hear you. Don't be afraid, I will be with you. Hold on through the pain, you
Hi, this is Allie Jorgen from LeReverie, and here is our song, LeReverie, The Dream, the theme song for the upcoming horror thriller movie Lake Erie, live right here on DC Coast to Coast and the USA FM. Very cool. Check it out.
Ghostly figures in the night, calling out my name. I search for something more. What am I searching for? Candles turn to flames and burn inside
And there's another 3 in a row from LeReverie from the award-winning CD Dark Symphony. And my guest today, the independent artist of the week, of course, is LeReverie. But we have here with us on camera, this is Allie Jorgen, lead vocalist for the group. And Allie, tell me a little bit about the first song in that set, LeReverie. You wanted to say something about that.
LeReverie is actually French for the Dream, and the Dream is the song that they chose as the theme song for Lake Erie, the gothic horror film that we were talking about earlier. And again, the director heard the lyrics to the song, and he was like, it's almost like you knew us and you read the script, and the words fit the movie so perfectly. So we're excited for it to come out and have it coming up on the back credits. We can't wait.
Yeah, that's going to be exciting, and I'm gonna go see it when it comes out, and I'm going to think of you when that happens for sure. So how exciting! I'm really excited for you guys. Gosh, fabulous. And you know what? How that whole thing transpired. You know, I'm a Christian. I believe totally in, you know, God above being in control of everything. And I totally believe that whole, how it all came together was set aside by God just for you and LeReverie. So for me, that's how I look at it. So congratulations. I'm really happy for you guys. Okay.
Thank you.
Now, in the songwriting, who writes the songs, and is there a formula that you have when you write?
This is a very interesting way of writing that we have. The songs start out on the drums, which is very unusual. The drummer, he'll think of a whole song in his head. He'll construct an intro, a verse, a chorus, a bridge pattern, a solo pattern,
wow.
Sometimes a vocal breakdown. He'll hear the whole thing in his head, and he'll put out a whole entire drum track of a completed song.
Wow.
He's heard in his head. Then he'll send it via computer to our guitar player, who then will hear this completed song, and he'll hear the chords in his head. And he'll hear these amazing chords, and he'll put them all on this amazing drum track of this song. And then they'll get together and they'll put on the bass and the keyboards, and they'll tweak it a little bit here and there. And they'll get a whole recorded track put together of a finished song. Then they'll give it to me, and I'll listen to it, and I'll close my eyes, and what kind of picture is this painting? What kind of story is this telling me? And I'll come up with a story and a vocal line, and that's kind of how the whole song's put together.
Wow, I've never heard that formula before. That's interesting. So
Very unusual.
yeah, it really is. So the drummer kicks everything off. That's amazing. That's wow. That's so cool. Now, what kind of things do you like to write about?
The Dark Symphony, like I said, was a journey. It was a journey kind of everything that was going on at that time. Obviously, my mom in the hospital, and there were so many things that were happening in my life, and decisions that had to be made. You know, do I really want to do this? Am I really committed to do this? And it was a journey, a lot of it, some of it dark, because it's not always a light journey. But then the whole message of the record was to get through the darkness to the light at the end of the tunnel. So even though it's labeled Dark Symphony, there was always getting to the light at the end of the tunnel. And the thing was about a journey. The new CD that we're working on is also about a journey. It's again, things that have been happening in my life, and it's going to be pretty heavy. It's going to be a very interesting journey.
Wow, when that CD is ready to come out, we'll have to premiere it here on DC Coast to Coast, and we'll do this again.
Very awesome. We would like that.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Now, what do you think sets your music apart from everyone else? I
think the thing, the most important thing is the songwriting process, because we all have such different influences. When the drummer hears the song in his head and he puts everything together, his influences of drumming and his style and his talent, the way it is, puts it in a certain vibe. And then the guitar player brings his influences to the table and puts his influences on there. The same with the keyboards and the bass player. Everyone has different influences. And then, of course, me, with all my melting pot of singers, you know, that came out to be Allie Jorgen.
Right.
And then we put it all together, and it has a certain sound. And it's very interesting that all those different influences come together to create LeReverie that kind of doesn't sound like anything else.
Okay, well, we're going to hear two in a row here. Tell me a little bit about Pleasure and Pain and Raven.
Pleasure and Pain is about what we all have to do to get through. Like a lot of us have, like before I committed completely to music full time, I was working part time, and you know, you have to go through the through the pain, to get to the pleasure. In my case, it was, I have to do this consulting to get the money to be able to support what I want to do full time. And that was painful because I wanted to be over here writing and I wanted to be over here creating. And so the pain was making the pleasure possible. And everybody has something in their life that they have to get through, which is the pain to get to the pleasure. So it's pleasure and pain. You kind of need them both together, kind of like yin and yang. And the Raven was, again, our crazy songwriting style. I was presented this tape with this just out of control guitar at the beginning. I mean, this guitar was so out of control. I'm listening, going, oh my gosh, what am I going to do to this? I have no. And I'm thinking, you know what? It kind of sounds like somebody that's lost their mind. So then I started thinking, wow, you know what? Edgar Allan Poe's last days before he left us, he went a little bit crazy. And I was thinking, what if I wrote a song about the last days of Edgar Allan Poe's life? And that's just kind of how Raven was born. It was born based on the guitar line saying something to me, maybe this could be how Edgar Allan Poe felt, you know, as he was saying goodbye. And it was just kind of happened. It was very, very strange.
That's a great story. Okay, let's hear it. Here's a twin spin right now from LeReverie, and my guest here on the program right now, the Independent Artist of the Week, is LeReverie, and this is Allie Jorgen, the lead vocalist, joining us here on the program. So here's a double shot of LeReverie right here on DC Coast to Coast and the USA FM.
Distorted faces are all I see. Your empty eyes staring back at me. All the pain you put me through, I'm no longer tormented by you. Standing
You say it's your birthday, happy birthday to you, special birthday to see. From the river to you, enjoy your day, may your wishes come true. Happy birthday, DC, from LeReverie and Allie Jorgen.
By secrets, the flashback, the fame, all of the torment starts up again. Slide into darkness, this final night. One last dark tale into tonight. The bitter drop, the rainbow ball. You close your eyes, the time is gone. All of the voices just out of view. One last surrender, waiting for you. The bitter drop, the rainbow falls. You close your eyes, the dawn is done. Is this the end, the final line? You embrace the pain. You want to go again. One last till the time is done. Time to close your eyes. The river the bitter drop, the rainbow falls. You close your eyes, the dawn is done. Is this the end, the final line? You embrace the pain. You want to go again. One last till the darkness falls. Time to close your eyes. The river falls. Lost in the night, you embrace the pain. You want to go home again. One time till the darkness comes. Now you close your eyes. The river
Raven from LeReverie right there. And before that, you heard Pleasure and Pain. And from the group LeReverie, who are the Independent Artist of the Week this week, this is Allie Jorgen joining me. and she is the lead vocalist of this fabulous group. And Allie, where do you see LeReverie 5 years from now?
Well, I try to, everyone always tells me, live in the moment, live in the moment. So I try not to look out that far. But we have our goals, and we have a lot of exciting things happening this year. Once Lake Erie, we're very excited about that. And we have a whole new CD coming out, which is going to be like kind of a little bit of a different sound. It's going to be a little bit heavier. And then from that, we're hoping to put together a tour here and a tour overseas. So we have a lot of things that we're working on that we're trying to get going. So it should be a very interesting year.
Very cool. Good.
As far as I don't know.
It's all good. Now, what advice would you give to aspiring young talent that's trying to make a name for themselves?
The best thing that I can say that's really helped me a lot is be true to your sound, be true to your heart. There's a lot of bands coming out, they hear a CD and they say, I want to do that, and they go out there and they record it and they try to sound just like that CD. And maybe that's great, but I think if you look deep inside of you, we all have a message that we want to say. We all have something that we want to put out there. I would say follow your own heart, follow your own sound. Singers, find your own voice, experiment, go out there, and what feels great to you when you're on stage, what feels like you when you're up there, and what do you want to say? I mean, when you're putting your music out there, it should be organic and it should be a natural thing coming from your heart.
Good advice. Good stuff. Now, I'm really curious. Do you have a particular show or event in the years that you've spent together that you would consider an event or show that you will never forget? One event or show that really sticks out.
I do have to say that when we did the Lake Erie cast and crew party, and we like kind of took over the House of Blues, the poor people, the security, we had no idea what would happen. They had so many local crew there, and we come there, and it's a whole film crew, and the red carpet took, and all the cast and crew were there, and we were walking through. Oh gosh, it was so. I've never really been involved in the movie side of the business, and it was such a different feeling, and having all the movie people there and then having them come to the show, and they're all singing the words because they all knew the song, and it was quite an experience. It was awesome.
Yeah, that's fabulous. That's fabulous. Okay, we're going to hear a couple of more here that includes the reprise of a song that we played earlier, Ghost of You, but we're going to hear Truth and Lies and Ghost of You. Tell me about this rendition of Ghost of You.
This Ghost of You, like I had mentioned earlier, we put out a 3-song EP that was produced by the famous, wonderful Ron Nevison, who has stories in the studio like you wouldn't believe. You're always asking him how to work with Led Zeppelin. He's got like stories from. It is great. But this was when he said, you guys need a third song, and we had written Ghost of You to be the third song on the EP. And this is the Ron Nevison production, which is a full band production. The earlier version is all stripped down, completely organic. It's just vocals and piano with a little bit of strings. So they're a little bit different in the production.
Very cool. Okay. All right. So here's another 2 in a row. And from LeReverie, Allie Jorgen, my guest here, lead singer of LeReverie here on DC Coast to Coast. We're going to spin a couple of more, and we're going to come back and talk with Allie one final time. And then we're going to spin the fabulous video that you all have been liking here on DC Coast to Coast. So right now, enjoy LeReverie with Truth and Lies and Ghost of You, the new edition, right here on DC Coast to Coast, the USA FM.
The hits you never heard till now are right here on DC Coast to Coast with DC Hathaway. I'm Allie Jorgen, and here's a song by LeReverie on the USA FM.
Sitting in the dark, I feel you watching me, but nothing is the way that it seems to be. You told me that you thought you had to leave, but you've already gone away from me. When you were lost, I helped you through the rain. In the dark, helped you through the pain. In my dreams, I see your face. Visions of another time and place. You're a fading memory, haunted by who you used to be. Lost in your distant memory, 'cause that's all you've left here for me. I still see your shadow on the wall. I still hear your footsteps down the hall. When you were lost, I helped you through the rain. In the dark, helped you through the pain. In my dreams, I see your face. Visions of another time and place. You're a fading memory, haunted by who you used to be. Day after day into the night, I know you've gone away from me, but I still see you everywhere. To let go of me. In my dreams, I see your face. Visions of another time and place. You're a fading memory, haunted by who you used to be.
Wow, that is totally different from the first Ghost of You that we played earlier. I like it. I like it. Good stuff. Allie Jorgen from LeReverie here, and we are spinning their award-winning CD Dark Symphony here on DC Coast to Coast, and Allie joins me representing the entire band for the DC Coast to Coast Independent Artist of the Week this week. And Allie, thanks again, sweetie, for taking the time to be here, and hope you've enjoyed yourself. I know I have.
Thank you so much. It's been great, and it's gone so fast. It's been so fun.
It has, but I still got a couple of questions here I want to ask you. Now, what kind of legacy would you like to leave behind? What do you want people to remember about you and LeReverie?
I think one of the, like we had mentioned earlier, one of the important things in our philosophy that we try to live up to is that I think everybody out there should follow their dream. Sometimes it's hard. That's where pleasure and pain comes in.
That's for sure. Yep.
You gotta try to follow your dream no matter what, and I think that's really important. And I would like to try to hope that we've inspired people to do that. That's the kind of legacy that I would like to leave out there, that everybody can try to follow their dream no matter what.
Excellent. Good stuff. Okay, tell the viewers a little bit about some of the upcoming shows you got and where they can find your music.
Like I said, right now we're putting together our new disc, which is going to be quite a bit different. It's going to be quite a bit heavier. But we'll be having updates and samples and on our website, which is www.LeReverie, spelled LeReverie.com. It's not the correct French spelling. It's LeVerie. That's our website. We post everything on there. We have, hopefully we'll be able to get this posted up there and have it on our homepage, and we'll have samples of some of the samples of the songs, and the new photos. We'll be taking new photos and be doing videos. And as far as the shows, we don't have the tour dates booked yet. We're just heavily focusing on the songwriting and getting the disc done, because that's really important. But everything will be posted on the website, definitely, to do that. And just kind of as a side note, we, the drummer, who's also the manager, and I also work for a rock and roll magazine in LA. So we also put sometimes little snippets of stuff that we do there. I write for the magazine, and he does the pictures, and there's some very interesting things.
What's the name of the magazine?
The magazine's called LA Metal Media.
Oh, wow,
and,
cool.
And we just did a show over the holidays, kind of a secret show, where there was a bunch of all-star bands coming to the Roxy, and we had no idea who was going to show up, because guest artists just showed up to jam on cover songs. Dave Navarro was on guitar, and they had a bunch of people come up, and I was right in front, because I was taking notes to write the article, and the photographer was right in the front to get the pictures. And who walked out on stage but Ozzy Osbourne?
Oh,
we had no idea he would be there.
That's great.
So I was standing there, and I was like, he did it. I was like, everybody starts backing away. I'm like, why is everybody backing away? And I guess Ozzy's famous, a bucket of water.
Wow.
The front of the stage. It says everybody backed away. I was the person in the front of the stage. So I've been Chris Ozzy a bucket of water.
That's great. That's a great story.
Yeah, and some of that is, so we have kind of a lot going on.
Very cool. That is so cool. Well, we saved the best for last here on DC Coast to Coast. The Hold Me Down video is it's fabulous, and you've been getting a lot of requests for this video, just so you know. So, and before I let you go, I just want to thank you again for taking the time to be here and sharing your story, sharing your music and your thoughts and wisdom. And I just so appreciate you And I want to do a special shout out to our dear friend Doug Deutsch. Okay.
Doug, thank you so much.
Thank you, Doug, for putting us together. And I just so appreciate what Doug does. And
Doug is
he's a fabulous guy. And I want to, we're working on getting him to come here in the studio one of these days when he can take the drive from where he's at, because he's still a couple hours away. So, but anyways, again, Allie, thank you ever so much. I am so appreciative for you being here, and thank you to LeReverie. And once again, everybody, check out their CD Dark Symphony and go to their website, which is
it's LeReverie, LeReverie.com. And I just wanted to give a huge shout out to you. Thank you so much for what you do for keeping the indie scene alive. We are so appreciative and honored to be on your show. And thank you for getting the word out there. And thank you to Doug. We love Doug.
Yes.
And thank you.
Thank you,
awesome.
Doug. All right. Thank you, Allie. I love you, sweetie. And give my best to all the guys in the band. And we look forward to that new CD coming out, and looking forward to the motion picture Lake Erie coming out soon with Lance Henriksen and LeReverie having music from the soundtrack of the motion picture. So really excited about that. So thank you, honey. I so appreciate you being here. So in closing, here is the video of LeReverie with Hold Me Down right here on DC Coast to Coast, the USA FM. Thank you, Allie. I love you, sweetie.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Hi, this is Allie Jorgen from LeReverie, and I'm proud to be this week's Independent Artist of the Week on DC Coast to Coast and the USA FM, rocking the airwaves.
Your face haunts me the way it used to be. You can't hold me down this time. Thoughts of you with the darkness, voices in my head. What were the words you said? I can't hear you anymore. I'm done with all the pain. It's time for me to start again. Lost and found, no longer bound by all your lies. You can't hold me down this time. In the mirror, I see your face. Memories I can't erase, but it's all over now. Lost and found, no longer bound by all your lies. You can't hold me down this time. Watching
USAFM.